Hi everyone, today we're going to go through 13 amazing features of the app called Alfred, which will definitely increase the productivity on your Mac. And first of all, what is Alfred? Alfred is basically a substitute of Spotlight. Spotlight is this search-like icon, and you can be used to go to your system preferences or look at files and folders, etc. Similar to that, we can use Alfred for the same purpose, and we can go do the same things, but it has many additional features which I'm going to show now. And the first one being spell and define. Let's say you're writing a document and you want to spell this word which is hard to spell, but you don't want to go to Google and check the spelling. So let's say that word is consciousness, and all I have to do is launch Alfred by pressing command space and type spell, and then followed by the rough spelling of that word. Let's say consciousness. That's definitely the wrong spelling I have typed, but even though it's wrong, it's being corrected down below. So I will press enter, and that will do is copy the word into my clipboard. So what I can do is I can go and paste that word down. So that's the spell feature. And define is if you want to know the meaning of a word, and you can quickly do that by pressing command space to launch Alfred and define, and let's say prejudice. So even here you don't have to spell the word really correctly, but press enter and it will open the Mac dictionary app. So next one being file preview. So let's say if you have a document that you want to send over, or a screenshot that you want to send over, but it's like hard to tell by the name of the screenshot that is it the correct screenshot. So you can do that by quickly like going to Alfred first and then typing the name of the file. Let's say in the case, my case is energy star.pdf. I want to preview this document without actually opening it. So what I can do is I can press shift and release it. It will do a preview and escape to go out of it. The shift to preview it and escape to go out of it. So that's it. That's as simple as that. It's an amazing feature when you're doing screenshots. Is really handy. And the next one is search common websites like Google, Amazon, YouTube, Twitter for anything basically. So let's say if you want to Google what is in the next EPL match, or what are the next EPL matches, English Premier League. So EPL, that's it. And let's say I want to search YouTube for something. So I can do YouTube followed by my search words. Or Amazon, I want to buy football. So that quickly opens Amazon and searches football in it. So let's go back to Iterm. So that's the search feature, which is really handy. And the next one is clipboard history. This is one of the most amazing features. So let me show you how to enable the clipboard history feature. So you go to Alfred preferences, and then you go to features and clipboard history, and then you can choose the amount of time you want to save the clipboard history for. And when you have done that, you can launch the feature by command space and then clipboard and enter. So here you have the list of things you had copied in the recent time, or in the amount of time that you had chosen. So let me give you an example here. So let's say I copy these three things. So the email address and dummy password and some information here. So I have access to all three of these when I just go to the clipboard history and more. And yeah, and I can paste this by just clicking on the word. So let's say I click consciousness and it types it there. That's the wrong spelling. I think I just have to do set paste. Yeah, that was a bug from Vim where I don't do set paste, it doesn't work. So what's the next one? Finder to terminal and reverse. So let's say I'm working on a project and I'm on the Finder. Let's say let me open a project and I want to open this in my Iterm to edit these files. So what I can do is use this workflow. So Alfred has this concept of workflows where you have different features packed in one particular workflow. So this workflow does exactly what I said, Finder to Iterm. So if I press command space and do Fi, so it takes the Finder folder to Iterm. So let's see that in action. And here you can open any of these files. Let's say I want to open readme, and yeah, I do edit it or whatever. That's it. So that's great. And let's say if I want to go from Iterm to Finder, so that says IF, so this will open the Finder folder where you have the item currently, where items pwd is currently. And let's go back to the list. Yeah, so next one is run terminal commands in Alfred. So you can run basic commands by doing this greater than arrow followed by the terminal commands. Let's say ls, so it will run ls command. So this is really useful when you have to log into, let's say, a remote server. Let's say I logged into a remote server. Here, let me give an example. So this is one of the remote servers I have access to, and it's taking a bit of time, but this is the alias for the actual SSH that I would have to type. So the next feature is time zones. Time zones, basically you can see the time at different places. Let's say I have London, Italy, India, and Melbourne, Australia. So you can set this up in your workflow settings, and the name of the workflow is, I'm opening system preferences, Alfred preferences and time zones. And you can install this workflow so by going to this link, and let me just show you how to do it. If I traverse to this link and releases, and if you download this file and then just click on it or open it, it will be quite simple. It's just simple as clicking in this file and it will be installed. And going back, so next one is IP addresses. This is another workflow. So let me show you in Alfred first. So IP addresses, IP addresses is this. So it is very simple. It shows your IP address. So, and you can click on it to copy this. So external and local, both. And let me go to the next one. So the next one is Snippet expansion. This is inbuilt into the Alfred paid version. So if you go to Alfred preferences, snippets, which is in features, and then you can create a collection. Let's name it test, and create the snippet. So let's say test as well, and keyword is SQL. When I type SQL, I should get Microsoft SQL Server. Save that, make sure this is checked, and let's go to a new note. It should open up. Yeah, so let's say I type SQL. There you go, Microsoft SQL. So you can do this for any other word that you or sentence that you want, and it would work seamlessly. So going to the next one, which is node searching. So node searching is something that I use now when I showed you the SQL one. So basically you can search your nodes by keywords. Let's say I want to search for groceries, which I already have. So it opens up groceries in my nodes, which is quite handy. And you can install this particular workflow in a similar fashion that I showed. Deleting a file using Alfred. Let's say I want to delete a file. So what I can do is I can go to that file, and let's say I want to delete this file. So I press the arrow button, and either I can go down manually or I can press Command 7 to delete this file. So here I can press enter and it will delete this file. So the last one we're going to discuss is code formatting. Let's say we have this JSON data, we have to format this. So we have to first select this particular paragraph or JSON data, and then go to put here and the language and enter. So it automatically formats this particular JSON data for you. This is quite handy. So these are the main features that I use on a daily basis, some more than the other. The most ones I used are spell define, definitely preview, and clipboard history are one of my favorites. Snippet expansion, not so much, and definitely nodes is one of the ones that I use very often. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.